And welcome back to the Michael Cohen Show on our continued journey to 500,000 subscribers. We're so close. Let's finally just get there already. So that way I can start talking about getting to 1 million subscribers. Because again, the insanity, the lunacy, it's not stopping unless we make it stop. So look, as we inch closer and closer to this potential government shutdown, we're talking about by midnight tonight, Trump and his sycophants, they continue to lie again and again and again, trying, of course, to blame Democrats for this potential shutdown. I mean, I hate to say it, but the Republicans are actually winning this media war. Now, Speaker MAGA Mike Johnson, he's at the center of it all. Going on Fox and spreading misinformation, disinformation, malinformation. He goes on and he tells Hannity that Democrats, they want to take taxpayer. All of them, by the way, not just MAGA Mike Johnson, all of them are saying the same thing, that Democrats want to take taxpayer dollars and give it all to illegal aliens. Play the clip.
Cover. They haven't backed off on any of those demands, Sean. You had it right. They want to take hard-earned taxpayer dollars and they want to give new benefits to illegal aliens. We eliminated that in our big beautiful bill. They want to bring it back. They want to prop up NPR and PBS. They want $500 million. That's their demand in their counteroffer, to prop up the Corporation for Public Broadcasting again. We're not doing that. Left-leaning media outlets don't need to be funded by taxpayers. They want to spend $1.5 trillion on a simple 7-week stopgap funding measure so our appropriators can get back to the job of just funding the government. And it's really a crazy thing to watch.
Got to be honest with you, the guy lies like most people breathe. Now, in my Substack of today, I call it Americans Pay While Politicians Play. Like what you just saw there. I started, let's stop pretending. Every American is about to get screwed. Government shuts down. The ultimate losers, it's not Trump, it's not Schumer, it's not MAGA Mike Johnson, it's not Hakeem Jeffries or the other members of Congress who grandstand on cable news. The losers are you, me, and every single American that's Republican, Democrat, or independent. That, my friends, is the dirty little secret. And it's why this entire circus is so infuriating to me. Because while the politicians play chicken, millions of American lives are going to be thrown into chaos. He also goes on to say that if Democrats go through with the shutdown, they are cutting health care for all Americans and FEMA services. Hey, Mike, let me be clear about something. Your big bullshit bill, it's already done that. Play the clip.
Okay. And very importantly, healthcare. They want to talk about healthcare. If they don't fund the government, guess what does stop? The WIC program. That's Women, Infants, and Children Nutrition Program won't be funded. We won't have FEMA funded, right? We've got hurricane season. We've got 2 off the coast of the United States right now. FEMA services not funded. Telemedicine, mental health services, all these things that the American people need and they won't be able to access if the Democrats go through with this. So I certainly pray they don't. They have another chance because Leader Thune's going to put the House bill on the Senate floor again tomorrow and probably again on Wednesday. And we'll see if Chuck Schumer goes along with this.
Well, you're certainly not going to see the House of Representatives in session. Why? Because, again, they don't want the new swearing in of the new Democratic member of Congress, which tilts the numbers. So therefore, the Epstein file will ultimately be released. Now, back to this important news, Vice President J.D. Vance, he went out and told reporters that Democrats should not use policy disagreements as leverage. Play that clip.
We have disagreements about tax policy, but you don't shut the government down. We have disagreements about healthcare policy, but you don't shut the government down. You don't use your policy disagreements as leverage to not pay our troops, to not have essential services of government actually function. You don't say the fact that you disagree about a particular tax provision is an excuse for shutting down the people's government and all the essential services that come along with it.
Okay, thank you for that, Shady Vance. But in complete and total irony, I do want to show you a clip of our president back in 2018. Chuck Schumer said that we shouldn't shut down the government over disputes, and Trump said he'd be the one to shut it down. Play the clip.
The one thing I think we can agree on is we shouldn't shut down the government over a dispute. And you want to shut it down. You keep talking about it.
The last time, Chuck, you shut it down.
No.
And then you opened
20
it up very
times.
quickly. And
20 times.
I don't want to do what you did.
20 times
Chuck,
you have called for, I will shut down the government if I don't get my wool. None of us have said.
You want to know something?
You've said it.
Okay, you want to put that on
You've
my...
said it.
I'll take it.
Okay, good.
You know what I'll say? Yes. If we don't get what we want, one way or the other, whether it's through you, through a military, through anything you want to call, I will shut down the government.
Okay,
absolutely.
fair enough.
And
We
I am
disagree.
proud, and I'll
We
tell you
disagree.
what, I am proud to shut down the government for border security, Chuck, because the people of this country don't want criminals and people that have lots of problems and drugs pouring into our country. So I will take the mantle. I will be the one to shut it down. I'm not going to blame you for it. The last time you shut it down, it didn't work. I will take the mantle of shutting down. And I'm going to shut it down for border
But we
security.
believe you shouldn't shut
Okay.
it down.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Yeah. Let me also tell you today, he told Politico in a phone call, I don't worry about that because people that are smart see what's happening. Democrats are deranged. It says, well, these are his words. Translation, if the government shuts down, it's not his problem. He thinks it's good politics. And to make sure that the headlines stay ugly, he even went ahead and posted some vulgar AI-generated deepfake video mocking Democratic leaders, complete with Hakeem Jeffries in a sombrero. Now, Trump also went ahead and told reporters this morning that if there is a shutdown, he would actually plan to lay off a lot of people and it would all be the Democrats' fault. Play that clip.
There is a shutdown. How many federal workers do you plan to lay off?
Well, we may do a lot, and that's only because of the Democrats. And as you know, they want to be able to take care of people that have come into our country illegally, and no system can handle that. And so we're totally opposed on that. But we can't take it. We just can't do it. I'd love to do everybody. I'd love to do the whole world. But our country can't handle people that come into our country illegally. And they want to give them full health care benefits. They want to open the wall again. Can you believe it? I can't even believe it. They want to open the wall. They haven't taken away boys playing in women's sports. They haven't done that. Men playing in women's sports. It's like they don't change. They lost an election in a landslide, and they don't change.
So this whole thing is just so ridiculous, including that video I was just talking about. But last night, again, because I want to show it to you, Trump, of course, reposted that doctor video of Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries. He put it up, of course, on Truth Social, showing, as I said before, Jeffries in a sombrero on his head. Just so you understand, let me show you the screenshot of it. Okay? Here we're talking about Hakeem Jeffries with a fake mustache as well as a sombrero. And look, there you can't get away with that face of Chuck Schumer, right? I want to also show you Hakeem Jeffries' response. Play the clip.
Could you give us your reaction to that Trump posted video tonight?
It's a disgusting video, and we're going to continue to make clear bigotry will get you nowhere. We are fighting to protect the health care of the American people in the face of an unprecedented Republican assault on all the things: Medicaid, Medicare, the Affordable Care Act. Republicans are closing our hospitals, nursing homes, and community-based health clinics, and have effectively shut down medical research in the United States of America. Clearly, Donald Trump and Republicans know that they have a very weak position, because they are hurting everyday Americans while continuing to reward their billionaire donors, just like they did in that one big ugly bill with massive tax breaks. Democrats are united in the House and the Senate, and the point that we've made will continue to be clear. We are fighting to lower the high cost of health care, prevent these dramatically increased premiums, copays, and deductibles that will take place in a matter of days unless Republicans are willing to act in terms of renewing the Affordable Care Act tax credits.
Yeah. Again, a lot of good things said there. I hate to say it, wrong messenger. Right message, wrong messenger. Caitlin Collins then goes on and she speaks to GOP Senator Roger Marshall about the video as well as this potential shutdown. Play the clip.
Is that appropriate in your view?
Look, I think sometimes the president plays with the press like a little boy and a flashlight and a dog. And he's shining the flashlight here and he's shining it there. What he's saying is this offer from the Democrats is ridiculous. $1.5 trillion on top of funding that they already agreed to. That what they're asking for is completely ridiculous. It's disingenuous. And then for the Democrats to sit there and blame Republicans for the plight of rural hospitals is just so wrong. The problems with rural hospitals would be their policy, not ours.
But couldn't the president just say, these demands are ridiculous, and not post a video with Hakeem Jeffries wearing a sombrero and putting that voice over Senator Schumer talking about people of color and immigrants?
I think he said that several times already. And then for them to come and not to make any really serious offer, why didn't they just say, look, let's just talk about these extra COVID-era subsidies, these extra subsidies that are costing some $35 billion a year. Let's make those just for the people who really need them. Let's go back to the original ACA and make this for people under 400%. They didn't bring a serious offer there. Look, in my estimation, Chuck Schumer wants the government to shut down to settle a political score.
Yeah, well, Vice President Vance sounded open to the subsidies, but just to be clear, you don't have any objections to that video the president posted?
I think it's said in jest. I think it's the president making fun of a couple people that didn't bring a serious request to the White House.
You know, the saddest part here? The saddest part is that the Republicans are actually to blame for this. They control government. Everyone knows it. They own this mess. No matter how many times they're going to try to hammer home Democrats, Democrats, Democrats. But I do want to say this. I said it before. Democrats, once again, we are losing the messaging war. And instead of us all hammering home how dangerous a shutdown is, both sides are squabbling over who gets blamed. Meanwhile, Trump and his GOP, his sycophants like this guy, they're already branding this as the Schumer shutdown. And unless we Democrats change the script, that lie, it's going to stick. And finally, I want to end on another clip of MAGA Mike Johnson claiming that during the talks to avoid a shutdown, Trump is operating in good faith. It's all in the Democrats. Play the clip.
It went well, Sean. By the way, thanks for playing the highlight reel tonight. Their hypocrisy is just breathtaking, and it's shameless. And it was on display in the Oval Office. Credit President Trump, showing real leadership. He's operating in good faith, and that was on display by bringing the leaders in. He heard the arguments and the debates. They're baseless. I mean, Chuck Schumer.
Yeah, look, let me end it this way. As I wrote again in my Substack, Americans pay while politicians play. When government shuts down, it's not just offices and agencies that are going to go dark. It's faith. Faith that our leaders give a damn. Faith that America is still capable of solving problems without burning the country down in the process. And if we lose that faith, you don't just have this as a shutdown. What you have is a slow collapse of the very idea of America. And as always, thanks for listening. Hey everyone, first of all, thanks for watching. I mean, we're going to be posting daily episodes with reactions and talking about politics. We'll be talking about everything, in fact. So please like and subscribe. Join us on this journey.